Hello and welcome to this developer update on my speech recognition mod for SWAT 4. So today I figured I'd go through some of the changes that I've made since my last release, which I believe was in like 2013. So I've recently made a lot of changes and a lot of improvements, even fundamental ones. So I'll be going through these. So first up, I have made it possible to move during the dispatch message in the beginning of the mission. So now when you have these black bars in the top of bottom, you don't have to wait for it to go away, you can move immediately.
Sorry, sir, I missed that.
And then I've given everyone an infinite supply of wedges, because before I think you had like one per person, and that was just not enough. So now you have infinite wedges. So another thing I've changed is that speech is no longer recognized while the game is paused. So if you pause your game and because you have to talk to someone, then when you resume, they will no longer be like, roger that, what, etc. Let me just check my list here. Right, and then I've fixed a bug where they would refuse to detonate a charge if they were out of charges, even though there was a charge already on the door. And then I've made changes to the way they use or deploy tasers. So before, if you asked them to tase someone, they would tase them and then put away the taser. So the next time you asked them to tase someone, they would take it out and then reload it and then tase them. So now instead they tase someone and then they reload it before they put it away, so it's ready for the next use. And then it would change the way the restrain all command works. So before, I believe it would restrain everyone in the rooms that had any officer in them, and now I've changed it to restrain everyone in the same room as the player. And then I've made it possible to yell into the microphone to issue the comply command. So before, you had to speak a very specific command like get down, drop your weapons, etc. And that still works, but now also made so that if you shout or yell into the microphone anything, that'll be taken as the comply command. So then you can just yell anything. You're like, make me a sandwich. Like if you just yell that it'll issue the comply command as well. So now you don't have to worry about whether the engine is going to pick up on what you said. And then I've improved stack up speed. Basically, I wanted to speed up breaching and clearing rooms. So stacking up is a lot faster now. And officers will also throw grenades faster and further into the rooms, or farther rather. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. And officers now pull the pin from the grenade before they open the door rather than after. So that makes it less likely for them to die if there's an enemy right inside, because they'll throw a lot quicker. Let me just check my list here. Oh, right. The same applies for if you tell them to wait for your command, they'll pull a pin, so they're ready for when you give them the go. And then I've also added a command to order your officers to open doors. I'm not sure how useful that will be, but now you can do it. Element, stack it up.
Here we go.
Open the door.
Door's locked.
And then I've removed the countdown from detonators. So before, they would be like, they would make gestures for like 3, 2, 1, and then detonate the charge. So to speed things up, I've removed that. So now they'll just detonate it immediately. And then I've added a separate command to place charges on doors. So before, if you told them to deploy an explosive on a door, they would place it and then detonate it. But now, these are separate commands, so you can get them to just place the charge on the door without detonating it.
Firm orders.
Element, place a charge on the door.
Sierra 1 reporting.
Copy, boss.
Suspect
C2.
spotted. Side 2, level 2.
Going in.
And so they won't detonate it. If you give the detonate command, they will detonate it, and if there's no charge on the door already, they'll place it and then detonate it. So the detonate command works as the deploy charge command worked before. And then I've made it so, and this is a big change to the speech recognition in an effort to make it more natural. So before, there was a very specific syntax, a very specific way you had to say things. So before, you had to say the team and then the command. So you had to say, if you wanted, for example, red team to open and clear, you said red team, open and clear. But now I've made it so that you can say these in any order. So you can say open and clear red team, for example. And the same with the wait for my command. Can be said in any order. Before, you had to say team, wait for my command, and then the command itself. So now you can say, for example, on my open and clear on my command, red team, for example. Oh, and then I've made it so that it's possible to report the general situation to talk. So this has no effect other than providing immersion. So you can say, like, you know, I'm about to enter the building or whatever. Element, my command, breach and clear with the C2.
Sierra 1 to entry
Element,
team.
breach and
Lost
clear with
unknown
the C2 on
contact.
my command. Okay, hang on, seems to have a bug here.
Please repeat
element.
your...
Hang on, let me just reload. I'm not sure what's going on here. Element stack up.
Copy that.
On my command, breach and clear using C2.
Check. On it. Need the C2 up here.
Gotcha. Setting
Talk,
charge.
this is entry team. We're about to enter the building.
Dock to entry team. Go when ready.
So that has absolutely no effect other than, you know, being cool. Hang on, I need to check my list here. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, right, okay, so I've, before in the game, commands like open and clear and breach and clear were actually the exact same command. So whether you gave them the open and clear or breach and clear command, it was the same command. And so the command would always first check if the door is locked. And if it was not locked, they would open and clear. And otherwise, they would wait for you to say it a second time. But it didn't matter whether you say open and clear or breach and clear. So now I've changed it so these are actually separate commands. So open and clear will always open and clear, and breach and clear will always breach and clear. So now you can say, like, even if you know the door is unlocked, you can still say breach and clear, and they will place a charge or use a breaching shotgun and breach and clear. Or if you say open and clear, and they say it's locked. If you say open and clear again, they'll say it's locked. Because, you know, they will try to open and clear, and if they can, they will just not do anything. Hang on. Oh, right. So, as you may have noticed already, I've made it so that you can actually tell them exactly what to use to breach. So, whether to use the explosives or the shotgun. Element, use C2 to breach and clear.
Roger that, sir.
Sierra
Wait.
1 reporting. I have an unknown contact.
Use the breaching shotgun to breach and clear.
Let the breacher in.
Wait. Right. Oh, and then I've made a command to have your officers repeat what they saw when they last checked behind the door, for example. So if you're busy doing something else, or it was just loud and you didn't hear what they said, you can ask them and they'll repeat it. Element on me. Red team,
At your
check behind
back,
the door.
sir. Copy. On it.
Blue team, go
Blue
there.
team, with you.
Understood. Moving.
No suspects
In
visible.
position.
Red team, what did you see?
No contacts visible.
Red team, repeat last optimum report.
No one in sight.
So there you have it. And then I've added another command.
I missed that,
Element,
sir.
use
Say
C2
again?
to breach and clear. I'll throw a grenade. The hell?
Sorry, sir, I missed that.
Element, use the breaching shotgun to breach and clear. Use C2.
Got it.
Breacher.
Right, I guess you just...
Breaching shotgun ready. Moving. Go, go,
Element, get in there now.
Moving forward. Trailer.
In position. Clear.
On the floor.
Suspect.
Get in there.
Hands up. Now.
Element, weapons free.
Suspect in sight.
Grab your weapon.
Suspect is compliant.
Element should
Get
kill.
down and put your hands up.
Police!
Get your hands up!
Get down!
Over there.
Hands up!
They're still here.
Element, watch the door.
Show me your hands up. Put your hands in the air. Do it now. Everybody down.
Get
Hands
down
up.
now.
Now.
Get
Put
down
your
and
hands in
show
the
me
air.
your
Do it
hands.
now.
Get down and put your hands up now.
Probably shouldn't have picked a level with like 35
I missed that,
enemies.
sir.
Police!
Say again.
Hands in the
Get
air!
down
On
and
your knees!
show me
Now.
your
Get
hands
down!
up.
Get down!
Element, go there.
Sierra 1
Team,
reporting.
watch the door.
Suspect spotted. Side 2, level
Blue
2.
team, get in the now.
In position.
Get down and put your hands up! Do it! Police!
Get down
Watch
and
out!
show me your
Red team,
hands.
Taser.
Get away from me!
Taser out. It's clear.
TOC, this is Sierra 1. Entry team spotted.
Element, stack it up.
Please repeat your
Stack it up,
last
Element.
order, sir.
Police!
Put your hands in the air. Do it
I
now.
got my eye on you, punk.
Don't shoot!
Element, stack the fuck up.
Here! They're trying to kill me!
Stack it up.
Suspect spotted.
contact.
Suspect. That punk's out of here.
Suspect injured. Oh, shit! No!
Element, on
No
me.
sudden moves.
Right on.
In position.
Stack it up.
From me!
I got
Stay
it.
down.
Witch the fucking door. Witch it.
On it.
Get back! Get away from me!
Wedge deployed.
Alright, so the command I added is you can now ask them to
Door stop.
Element, check behind all the doors.
I missed that, sir.
Check behind all the
Say
doors.
again?
Element, for fuck's sake. Mirror behind all the doors. Yeah, it's pretty new, so there's not a lot of things you can say to issue the command, so you have to be very specific at the moment, but I'll fix that. So basically, they'll mirror behind all the doors in the room, and then report one by one what they saw, so this makes it a lot quicker to actually check the rooms.
Get back! Get away from me!
Reynolds reporting. One suspect in sight.
Right. So that means there's a suspect behind this door and none behind all the others. So if none of them see anything, they'll just say no suspects together. Otherwise, if there was one like every room, they would say it one by one.
Trying to kill me!
Element, breaching clear with a shotgun. I'll throw a grenade.
Get away from
Roger
me!
that, sir.
One of the gunmen! There! Get back! Get away from me!
Wedge is out.
One of the gunmen!
Say goodbye to Mr. Door.
Help me! Get those hands
Let's
up!
get in there, guys.
Clear! Jackson!
Area clear.
Cuff them all.
Suspect is compliant.
Police! Get down!
Drop it!
Hands up!
He's a mule.
Put your hands up.
Element, you have a gun.
Get down and put your hands up.
Suspect killed.
Talk, there's a central team suspect killed.
Copy. Stay
Take it
sharp.
easy there. Stay down.
Reporting. I have a visible contact.
Okay, hang on, let me just, Oh, right, so one thing that I'm still working on is having the team deploy the breaching shotgun before you give the go command, so that they're ready. That's why you saw him pull out the breaching shotgun, and then go and remove the wedge, and then take it out again.
Say what?
So I'm still
Repeat that,
working on
please, sir. Say again, sir.
Element, use the breaching shotgun to breach and clear on my command.
Got it.
But the idea is again that to reduce the time from you give the go command until they actually breach.
High ground to entry team.
Here we
We're on
go.
Visual with suspect. Side 3,
So now they're all ready.
level 2.
Element, go.
Go, go, go!
Clear so far.
We've got company!
Suspect visible.
Element should kill.
Suspect neutralized.
Police! Get those hands up now!
Injured civilian here. Gerard, clear.
Element on me.
In position.
Alright, and then like which team to issue the command to and whether to hold the command, etc. I've made the what equipment or what grenade to throw a separate parameter as well, so you don't have to say breach, bang, and clear. You can now say use a stink grenade to breach and clear, for example, and that will work as well. So the grenade type is now a separate parameter. So you could also say, as an element, breach and clear on my command, use a stink grenade. Right. So that makes the speech a lot more natural. So you don't have to remember in which order to say things.
Get back.
Sorry, sir, I missed that.
Get away from me.
On my command, element, breach and clear. Prep a stink grenade.
Copy.
Wait.
On it.
Prep a stink grenade, element. On my command, breach and clear.
On it, sir.
So as you can see, it still issues the breach, bang, and clear command. But it's a lot more natural. Go.
Readying shotgun.
Let's get in there, guys.
Element on me.
So far, so good. Moving on. Roger. Moving to you.
In position.
That's
I don't.
the biggest update to this. Is I wanted to make speech a lot more natural, and it is, you know, because you can say all these things in any order.
Get down.
I missed that, sir.
I don't know where.
Say again, quiet, you.
Get away from me.
I didn't do anything.
Element, prep a stink grenade, breach and clear. Wait for my signal.
I'm on it, boss. Hey, watch the door.
Element,
Placing a charge.
element,
Be
get in
ready.
now. I'll throw a grenade.
Watch the door.
Ah, fuck.
Sorry, sir, I missed that.
Sir,
they
do
come.
anything.
Drop your weapon.
Hands in the air.
You're
standing in the way.
away
I
from
ain't
me.
got a weapon. Don't
Element
shoot.
clear.
Get away from me. Bad guy spotted. Officer down. Officer
I didn't think this through. Oh, and another change that I've made that I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep in the current state, but basically, one problem I had a lot with this game is that you throw a stink grenade, or you have your officers throw a stink grenade into a room, and it detonates, and you walk in, and you immediately get killed because it didn't sting anyone. And the reason for that is that in the base game it works exactly like the flashbang grenades, that it's just an increased range, but it's still blocked by the environment. So if you throw a grenade and it lands behind a sofa, for example, anyone on the other side of the sofa will not be affected by it. So now I've changed it so that sting grenades or flashbang grenades work like they used to, so they have to have line of sight. But sting grenades will stun anyone in the room, whether they're behind something, etc. So let's make sure that if you use a sting grenade to clear a room, you can be sure that everyone in that room will be stinged. But it'll also still work in line of sight. So, for example, if there is an open door to another room and there's someone right inside that room, they will still be affected, even though they were not in the room it detonated in. So the only problem with this is that if you have like enormous rooms, like really large rooms, someone like 30 meters away will also be affected, even though they're behind a wall and far away. But I mean, at the moment I'm sort of I sort of like it because it really makes sure that people are stunned, so you don't have to like throw 5 grenades just to make sure that everyone is stunned. But I might change how it works. So yeah, so that's all for now, and thank you for watching. So again, I'm not sure when I'm going to release this update. Hopefully not too far into the future. Definitely.
Sorry, sir, I missed that.
Elements, stack it up. Check behind the door.
Copy. On it.
Talk, this is entry team. We're about to enter the building.
Dock to entry team, you are cleared for entry. Go when ready.
No target.